Hello everyone, welcome in. Ooh, this little piece of hair right there is gonna be difficult. All right, I am Sandra Waldrop. This is Kingdom Acres Homemaking and Homestead, and this is my segment on Craft Around the Clock on Facebook. I've got Facebook over here and TikTok over here. TikTokers, I will be crafting and I will be doing a auction at the end for what I make, but y'all won't be bidding on that. That will be a Facebook only auction. So sorry about that, guys. So today we are doing a benefit for some sweet friends. Hello, Miss Leah. Some sweet friends who it's Esmeralda and Chad from Love It's Garden. Chad recently had a kidney transplant, and so we are just coming around them as a family in Christ. Hi, Miss Tracy. And we are just looking forward to loving on them and helping them in any way we can. So I just want to thank everyone who comes on. If you're watching me live on Facebook, again, you will be able to bid on the project that I make today. TikTok, that is not for you. And if you are catching me after the fact, if you are catching this video and I am no longer live, the auction has ended, so I'm sorry, but you've missed out. But the link to donate is still in the description. So if you feel so inclined to go ahead and donate to this sweet family, please do so. It's just a regular hospital stay for a few days. We got the bill on that for me, and it was about what I was expecting, but I can't imagine had I had to have something like a kidney transplant. Like, we're talking quite a financial situation having to do something like that. So, oh yes, thank you for catching me live. Welcome in, sweet friend Darla. How are you? My eyes are not wanting to work. Hello, Miss Stephanie. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it because I'm crafting in 40 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes of this 45-minute segment, we will be doing that auction. So what I'm doing today, something super cool. It is a vintage style recipe box. Hello, daughter. My Emma in the comments. Hello. I'm sure it's Lily texting from Emma's phone because y'all are probably driving. Hello, Miss Lori. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to get started, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a coffee chalk paste, okay? It's going to behave very similar to like an oxide, kind of. And we are going to do that. We're going to use that to do some antiquing. So I'm just going to use about a tablespoon of my Dollar Tree instant coffee. Just regular old Dollar Tree coffee. Okay. And then because I want a little bit of extra color depth, I'm going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of cocoa. 100% cocoa. There is no sugar in this. It's just natural, unsweetened cocoa. Hello, Mary, Lori, Cynthia, Anita. How are y'all? Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, let me put my napkins way over yonder. Give me just a second. Oh, so I'm gonna need that here in a second. Okay, got that in there. Let me add a little bit of cinnamon just for the smelly goods. I love a good cinnamon smelling something. Okay, now in here, in my Jesus Plus Coffee Equals Unstoppable cup, I've got some really hot water, okay? And I'm just going to, I'm doing my little mixer stick. I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit in here at a time, just a little bit. Whoop. And I'm just gonna work on making that dissolve, getting everything all dissolved in that little cup. Again, that is 1 tablespoon of instant coffee along with some cocoa and cinnamon, okay, and some really hot water in this cup. And then we are going to take some calcium carbonate powder. Okay, this stuff, aw, sweet Esmeralda, you are so dear to my heart. I hope you know that, how special you are to me. Miss Beverly, thank you. Thank you for the sprinkles. All right, and then I'm going to put in, oh gosh, golly. I've got a bag inside of a bag instead of a box inside of a box. Miss Jessica, hello. How are y'all? Okay, let me get this open up, and we will add this. Again, this is calcium carbonate. It's what's typically used to make chalk paint. Very inexpensive on Amazon. I'm only using 1/4 teaspoon. We're going to start with that in there, and then we'll see if we need any more. So to make this paste very, very cost effective. Hello, Chicken Pickens. You can almost smell it. Yes, I love the smell. Cinnamon and chocolate and coffee. Oh gosh, so good. Okay, I'm wanting it just a little bit thicker, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit more of that calcium carbonate. You love my background. Thank you, Lake Farm Primitives. I was just watching you and I was thinking, man, this lady, like, just your personality. You've got like one of those rocking personalities, ma'am. I hope you know that. You are very entertaining to watch, and I love your products. Very, very, very cool. Hello, TikTok people. I'm not trying to neglect you at all. Okay, so that was about 1/2 teaspoon of that calcium carbonate that I put in here. And now I'm just gonna let it sit, okay, while I tend to other business. After you mix it up, you wanna let it sit at least 2 to 3 minutes before you start using it. Okay, now I'm going to use this Waverly chalk paint in the color Pool, and we are going to get this little box covered. I've had this box for a while. It's just a Dollar Tree box. I went and bought more boxes today from Dollar Tree, just like this, because I love these. They're just so versatile. You could use them for so much. And I got them home, the ones I bought from Dollar Tree, and I realized that they're a different size. So if you are doing last year's project with this year's Dollar Tree box, you might want to check the size on it. They were, let me pull one out. Let me see if I have one handy. Look at that size difference. Like, when you're in the store, you don't really notice, but when you get it home, you're like, oh, that is a difference. That's a size difference there. So just keep that in mind. Just a little FYI there. I'm going to do this all the way around, inside and out, so I can get it. I'm just going to paint as quick as my little hands can go. Aw. Y'all are so sweet. I love my crafting community. Love my crafting community. My girls had a 4-H meeting tonight that I completely forgot about. And normally I would just like reschedule a live because, you know, my girls, and they like for me to be there at the meetings and, you know what's going on and everything. But you know what? I was not canceling. I was like, nope, we've got a sister in need and I gotta do it. Just my heart says this is where I need to be. So this is where I'm gonna be. All right, let me get this inside. I really want these inside parts of the box to be done. My girls just got home. Their meeting is over. Home safe and sound. Praise God. That is all anyone can ask for, right? Did you guys have a good meeting? Yes, good. Good, good. I will have to get caught up on all of that fun info. What we've got coming up. We've always got fundraisers and events and things and all kinds of stuff. So it is a fun go. Okay, so I just did the sides inside and out. I will be doing the inside bottom, but not right now, just because I don't want to follow your heart. You're so sweet. So sweet. Okay, so again, that was the Waverly chalk paint in the color Cool. And I know this is a very bright color for a primitive style, but we are making kind of a retro vintage style recipe box. So you're gonna see I've got some really cool recipe cards and things to show y'all that I found. Super cool. Love them. It took me a while to think up this craft. You know, when you're crafting for an event like this, you want something that's going to ship well, not take too long to make, and also be something of value that people will actually want. So I was just, and I don't know why, it's taken me a while to get my brain out of Christmas decor mode. My brain is still stuck in Christmas. Like, I will decorate for Christmas all year long, but today I was trying to like put away Christmas decor, and I'm like, this took me weeks to put up. All this stuff, just slowly making it and finding just the right spot for it and everything. And now I am like, who put all this stuff in my house? Get these little spots that I missed here. All right. I will definitely be sealing the box before I ship. I won't use the spray sealant in my house though, so I'm not going to do that live. I'm not going to do that live. Okay. That should be good. All right, let's take a gander at our stuff. Okay. It's still a little wetter than I want, so I'm going to just add more. See, and that's the beauty of this recipe, is that you can add as much of this as you need to get you to the paste consistency. You just keep adding more of that calcium carbonate, and then if you get it too thick, you just add a few drops of water. Really, I should have grabbed a little dropper to put that water in because it came out too fast. That's okay. Okay, that's looking more, that's starting to look a little bit better for sure. Okay, continue to sit. We are going to go through some of the things here. Okay, so where did I write down? Okay, Polka Art Studio on Etsy has some really fun recipe, junk journaling, art stuff. Anyways, I printed out one of the pages, and look at this. For their box, because you can do like a paper box, the front of the box matches up perfectly with this box. Look at that. Look at how awesome that is. It matches up perfectly. So if you are able or have one of the older style Dollar Tree boxes, this box thing from Polka Art Studio on Etsy, it fits perfectly. It fits beautifully. Okay. Then from Vintage Tackle Crafts on Etsy, they have all of these vintage style recipe cards. Like 100 of them in one file. So I got these because I will do so many crafts with these. I will. I know I will. I love recipe cards. Like you could print these out and put them on like a transfer and put them on dish towels and things to display, all that stuff. But the first one, the one that came with this little box label, she's got all kinds of cool recipe card things that you could write on if you're journaling and stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to overlay them together because I think that looks really pretty. So we're going to work on that also here once we get to that part. Okay. So I'm just going to put some of this out here like that, just so I can work with it, not in the cup. And then I'm going to get out one of my just a little brush, a little makeup brush, and I'm going to use it just like I would an ink oxide, okay? And I'm going to brush it on. And the reason this recipe is so good is because it's going to act a lot like the ink oxide. It's going to give you the coloring and stuff, and this will dry darker, or should dry darker than how it goes on with the recipe that we used. And you just go over it in layers however you like. Okay, I'm going to do this all around the sides, and then I'm going to use one of my little napkins here and just kind of blend it. Just give it a little blendy blend. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to take off some of that excess off my brush and give it just a little bit more blend. This brush has been used with like a Dollar Tree ink, just a regular ink, and it still has some of that in there, so we're getting some of that, but it looks great. I'm loving it. Hello, Deb. How are you? How are you doing? Okay. Keep going in. See how much it brings it down? Brings down that blue and really gives it that cool vintage look as opposed to just being a blue box. Let me do the top too. Here. So that tones it down. It tones it down so much. Just makes it all the more interesting. It brings a lot of interest to it. And this would be great displayed in a kitchen. You could add your own family recipes to it on a springtime vignette or a Valentine's Day vignette. Be really, I'm just kind of going around the edges in a circle motion just to give it that aged look. I'm doing good, Deb. I'm doing good. Aw, thank you, Darla. You're so sweet. Y'all are just so sweet to me. Okay. And more around this side. I'm just going to keep going around all the sides. Actually, I don't need to do the very front, but I'm going to, just so that we can decide we can decide which one we're gonna be okay with covering up, because they all come out with their little own unique look. So, and if you wanted to do a box like this, you could do it without the recipe cards and just, you know, do like a little floral arrangement in it or whatever you like. And I think it would look so cute with that recipe label front on it. And I printed everything on cardstock so that it can kind of stand on its own 2 feet. Oh, this one looks really nice. That came out really, really good. Okay, I think that one came out good and blended and just so nice. I'm gonna blend this a little bit more. I think I'm gonna cover up the front one. The very first one I did, that's the one that's gonna get covered. Oh gosh. Okay. It never fails. I get covered. I'm like a child. I get covered every time. But I'm gonna do some stuff to this one first. All right, let's put a little bit of our coffee chalk paste on our brush and kind of go around the edges on our label, on our recipe box label, sorry. And that's going to really bring this to life. You know, you can really tell the difference between something that's printed to look old and something that's been treated to look old. I know I'm not the only one that can tell the difference. I just love these brushes. It is literally a Dollar Tree makeup brush, y'all. My husband's like, Dollar Tree takes most of our money. I don't even hardly go to Hobby Lobby. Dollar Tree gets most of our money. This is just, I can use just about anything they got for something. Okay. So now it's looking quite a bit more aged than it was. All right. And I'm not bringing it all the way down to the bottom because I want it to cover the top corners. And we're gonna do something to the bottom anyways. So I'm just gonna use, the hot glue's for something else. I'm gonna use my Quick and Thick stuff here. Use that good glue. Hello, Miss Cindy Clark. How are you? All right. Give it a good little smoosh with my finger there. Get it all even out. All right. So if I have time, I will do the inside of that box on camera, but I just didn't want to take up too much time with that, just in case other things took longer. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Oh my goodness. Okay. So now that that's on there, let's get some raffia. Okay. And I just want to go around the very bottom of it. Let me see how this looks. Yes. I like the color, how that color is complementing the recipe label, the recipe box label. I keep saying recipe label, but it's a recipe box label. Okay. And I'm gonna hot glue it once I get it all in place, but My third hand is broken. Oh, hello, Miss Cindy. How are you? Sweet Cindy. You know, I've never met a Cindy that I didn't like. My girls used to be on a mounted drill team. And there was, well, there still is. There's a lady there named Cindy. And she is the sweetest, most patient person. She actually taught one of my daughters how to ride and did quite a bit of coaching with my youngest as well. Hello, Miss Patty. You're making a smashed Valentine can with goodies in a basket for a benefit. Oh, wow. That sounds amazing. I've never actually done a smashed can. I've thought about it. I'm still thinking about it. I want to do something to hang in my kitchen above my sink. And I'm thinking that I might do a can. I'm going to let that cool a little bit and harden before I mess with it. So I think that would be something fun to do for that area in my house. Do a little smashed can, make it look kind of like a floral, like a French floral type situation. And all right. So the TikTokers are going to have to teach me their ways. I've only been live on TikTok a few times, and on my last live that I did just the other day with my daughter, TikTok got mad at me. Apparently you're not allowed to have kids in your lives, which makes sense. But I don't know all the rules, and like every platform has a different rule. So has, well, not a different rule, has different rules for like everything. So just gonna have to be better about. Hello, Rosebrook Cottage, how are you? I keep seeing you in my comments. Thank you so much for watching and being here. And please don't be offended if I don't know your real life name. I'm struggling to even know my real life name at the moment. The secretary at our church asked me today if I wanted a key to the back door, the new back door that they just put on our church, and I said absolutely not. Please do not give me a key. I just know I will be the one who forgets to lock the door, okay? I was like, I am not. I'm not the person. I'm like, if we could just figure out another way. She was like, okay. Like, I know my limitations, and sometimes I just have to say no to responsibility when I know that my brain isn't where it's supposed to be. So, all right, just push that down. Maybe I could center it first. That might be helpful. Yes, you love that color. I love it too. I don't use it all the time because it's a little brighter than what I like. I usually go for the moss green chalk paint. I love that color green, and I almost did it with this, but this has a lot of the blue tones in it, and I just knew that the blue tone would work so much better, and I'm loving the way it looks, and especially with that coffee chalk paste that we made. Aw, thank you, Miss Tammy. Smash cans are fun. Yes, I see people do it all the time. Ooh, a Highland cow. Aw, hello, Miss Deborah. We love cows. My daughter has a cow that she shows. We were actually at cow shows all weekend long. We are very much cow people now. Cow and horse people. We still love our horsies. But okay. That's how that's looking. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Let me fix that straggler there. Isn't it cute? Looks a little vintagey, which is what I like. Still cute in a little bit of the brighter, vibrant colors for Valentine's Day and spring that's on its way. Oh, Miss Tammy. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Oh, that's your bestie, Miss Chicken Pickens. Miss Chicken Pickens, I hope you noticed my shirt. I too am a chicken lover. We just love all the animals. We've got a Flemish giant that is huge. We love him to death. And we've got a little Dutch bunny as well. We've got a turkey that we've had for several years because we can't bring ourselves to eat him. Miss Tammy, I am making a vintage style recipe box. Okay, so now we've got the recipe box going. I'm gonna go ahead and do, because I've got 10 more minutes here, I'm going to get these recipe cards going. So I printed these on cardstock because I wanted them to be very similar to the feel of an index card, because that's what they were originally written on, was index cards. But I've got everything all piled up here. Bear with me for a moment, please. Please hold. Okay. So these pages, you cut them out and then you can fold them on themselves so you have double-sided, which this is so cute. And I am literally just going to stick this one in here like that after I put a little bit of Mod Podge on the inside to glue the backs together. That is not going to work. I grabbed literally the smallest detail brush known to man. Okay, and if you use cardstock when you print this, you know, you're not going to have to deal with all the wrinkling and stuff like you do with the regular paper. So there that one goes. Put that together. I just love it. I think it is so cute. Okay, and now I'm going to vintage it up as well with our coffee chalk paste. Go around the corners with it. And even if you like dropped some goop on it, went a little bit heavier on it just to make it look like, you know, it's been in the kitchen, right? This has been in the kitchen. It's gonna smell like it's been in the kitchen because of that delicious cinnamon and the coffee and the chocolate, and oh me, oh my, yes. Let's see here. Okay, so got that in there. That's gonna go in there, and you can set these up, or you could even put them off to the side a little bit, just however you want to display it in your setup, in your vignette, in your whatever you're doing. Okay, then I also cut these single, these bigger ones. I cut them single instead of cutting it out as one piece and folding them back to back. That way I can put one of these recipe cards right on top to give it some more depth, some more interest, some more something. And this is an old recipe card for peanut brittle, which I love peanut brittle. I don't know about y'all. I'm sure people who are allergic to peanuts don't like peanut brittle, but I've actually made peanut brittle before, but it's been, I don't know, probably upwards of 8 or 9 years since I've made peanut brittle. I really should make more, but the holidays are over, and y'all, my pants are very displeased with the amount of indulging that took place in the Waldrop residence this year. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So, got that recipe card on there, and there it is. I'm like looking all over for something that could just reach out and grab me. Okay. Did y'all make any New Year's resolutions? I am trying to get healthier, but not in the I need to lose 20 pounds way, which I do. I need to lose quite a bit of weight, but I am trying to just consume more nutrient dense foods. So that's on my agenda. Okay. These fit in here a little bit tighter, but they're just right where you can stand them up if you wanted to have them in there standing up like that, and they work just great like that. So I love them. Or you can just kind of set them in there, you know, wonky looking, and they're just gonna look like somebody's been cooking in the kitchen, which to me is fantastic. I love it. I love that look. These would be great on some pants too. Y'all, I am a fan of crazy britches. Today I went and had a mom's coffee. I call it Mom's Morning Out. This is an event that I put on for our local homeschool moms. Mom's Morning Out. And we just meet at a coffee shop. I've been doing it once a month or so. And my friend today, she was like, oh my gosh, I love your britches. And now I just want to say britches. It is such a fun word. Okay. There's that one. You do a word list. Last year was grace. This year it's unafraid. Oh, Miss Diane, I can really relate to that. That is very relatable. I believe antidepressants and anxiety medications are one of, you know, the most common medications that are given, right? And that's simply because even if we're not afraid in our minds, our bodies, we hold that in our bodies. And so early in the year last year, I had a revelation, a personal revelation, and I shared it in my church, you know, that the Lord had healed me from anxiety. Well, that, you know, the enemy is a liar, and he likes to really work hard for our destruction. And what he did was he took my anxiety and he moved it from my brain into my organs. And so now, instead of experiencing that, now I have other issues. And I'm believing the Lord for healing. The devil does not have any power over me. So I'm not going to allow that to be a truth in my life. But yes, unafraid. Such a powerful resolution to have. Okay, I've got 4 more minutes. I'm going to keep on going with my coffee chalk paste here. It's gotten thicker too. It's gotten a little bit thicker sitting there, which is good. I probably would have done it a little bit even more thicker than what it turned out, but I didn't want to sit here and fiddle with it so much since we're doing such a special event today. I just kind of wanted to get that going, but it is still working so beautifully for this. So, and if you wanted to do some of your own and use the paste in the thickest form, you can apply it and then you can spritz, you know, with some misty water and dry it, and and keep like spritzing it and reapplying and stuff to really get a lot of depth. So if you are going to make this, which I hope you will, I hope you'll use my coffee chalk paste recipe. And that bag of the calcium carbonate is very inexpensive. You can get it for less than $10 on Amazon. And it has multiple uses. You can make chalk paint with it. You can use it in your garden if you have very acidic soil, like maybe you put in too much compost and it was still too hot, it's too acidic. You can add some calcium carbonate into that and it's going to bring up the pH towards more alkaline. So just a little gardening tip for you there. So good stuff to have on hand. There's food grade and there's garden grade. Either one will work for making your paste. So it's just up to you. And I'm going to fill this box full before shipping it out. Like you will get a nice full box of vintage style recipes. This is ice cream pie. Doesn't that just sound like a vintage recipe? What is this one? What is this one? Pineapple coconut custard. Yum. Leona's French dressing. Whoever Leona is, this person had a friend named Leona. There was one in here, I probably already did it, where it like had her friend's name on it. Let me see. I'll have to look for it. But anyways, it was so cute. So, so cute. Okay, we've got one more minute. And then, yes. And then Miss Patty. Yes, Miss Patty, we need to start bidding. Need to start bidding. Okay, so sorry. Yes. Yes, it would. Okay. Here we go. It is now 8:10. So please go ahead and start your bidding. If y'all want to start it off at, we'll say $15. I'm just gonna keep on doing these vintagey recipe cards. Vintage them up even more because they are printed to look vintagey, but I want it more vintage, more. Okay. Another one. Oh, sweet Esmeralda. You are so precious. Aw, thank you, Cindy. We got 20 or 25. I feel like my comments are kind of laggish. So hopefully it will. Whoop. 3 more minutes to bid. We're at 25 with Miss Kim right now. Kim Abramson. You are such a sweet woman. You're always in my comments. I really appreciate your support. Thank you, Miss Kim. Also, while I have y'all, please make sure that you guys are following or subscribing actually on all my different socials. I'm on TikTok and YouTube under the same names. I'm trying to grow in my Facebook and YouTube and TikTok, like all the things, you know, all the things. The same name, Kingdom Acres Homemaking and Homestead, and I post all my replays over there. So if you are needing that that recipe for the coffee chalk paste, please make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube, because it will be posted over there along with the replay to this video. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you just came across, please go ahead and subscribe. Okay, we're at 8:13. Am I out of cards? Okay. I am going to do more of these really fancy looking cards, and I'll be putting some of these on these and, you know, doing all the fun things. I'm going to take these out of here, and I'm going to do the inside blue while we're waiting. I hope I'm not missing anything. Sometimes Facebook likes to play comment lottery with me, so hopefully I'm not getting any comment lottery situations, because I really want this to go for a good price for our sweet friends, to support Chad and Esmeralda in this rough road they've been walking. It has been a challenge. It's definitely been a challenge. There we go, the inside there. About one more minute, y'all. One more minute. So far, it's 25 to Miss Kim Abramson. So far. If anybody all right. Let's see. Let me just go up here and make sure. Okay. It looks like it's Miss Kim's for $25. So Miss Kim, if you will please go into the go into the description and click the link to the PayPal and just send that on over to Miss Esmeralda, that payment, and then just take a screenshot of it and send it to me in Messenger, and along with your address, so I can send you this beautiful recipe box. All right. All right, well, y'all have a good night. Thank you again for supporting this amazing cause, and thank you for making a homemade home with me today. Bye, y'all.